So maybe you could relate to this, but we've all got our bad habits. Guilty, guilty. But I'm 35, and there's things in my life where I'm like, I still haven't learned my lesson. Like, I'm still doing this. And then there's the other side of it where it's like, I'm still not doing this thing. All right, we're going to start small. I'm mostly talking about myself. Okay, maybe you could relate, maybe you can't. I don't know. We just met. How are you? I'm Jack. One, I don't know why I have to be so messy. It took me till literally my early 30s to keep my car clean, but I can't seem to keep my house clean. Just shit everywhere. And I have animals and stuff, and I got a girlfriend. She's like a dog, just walking around, tits flapping around. Just, we're both kind of have this bad habit of just keeping it tidy. But what happens is like my office where I do most of my work, it's just cluttered, just shit everywhere. And I'm in there and I'm like, oh my God. And now I'm sitting there like, I'm gonna clean the house today. And I'm just like, oh, like, why do I do this? I'm still doing the same thing. I know it might sound small, but I think this is something where it might sound like stupid, but that really got me thinking today. You know, it took me, I smoked cigarettes forever. Then I got hooked on the vape. Oh, the vape's worse. Okay? And I know it's bad. Fucking up my teeth. The dentist loves it. It's fucking up my skin. It stinks like shit. Maybe not the vape. But I finally quit that, but it took me forever. I literally have no smoking tattooed on my arm. I'm not joking. I wish I was. It's kind of funny. That's why I got it. I was like, no one's got that. And now I'm addicted to nicotine gum. That's perfect. I'm telling you, that shit's gnarly. But it's other things too, like not like actual addictions or habits in that sense. It's things you're not doing. So I was going to the gym, right? You know, I was getting... Not trying to get big, like swole, just, see what my potential is. And, once I got into the habit of it, it was like, no big deal. 3 days a week, I'm going to the gym. But it was just as easy to not go. I've gotten the habit of never going. I hurt my arm. I got stabbed in the arm with, whatever. Not in a back alleyway knife fight, just, I hurt myself. So I didn't go for like a month because I couldn't move my wrist. Next thing you know, it's been, 9 months, a year. Now I'm lying to myself. That's another thing too. I need to quit lying, bullshitting myself. Procrastination, that's a big one. But I've been back in the gym as of recently, and I'm coming up on that month of 2 to 3 days a week, but I feel like I'm still not in that grind. Speaking of grinding, like skateboarding, right? I'm 35, I still skateboard at least once a week, minimum. That's my rule. It's good cardio. And I don't want to run. I get it, some people, the jogger's high, dude. Go out, it's a good time. You just, hey, Rick, I can't do it. I just can't. But I find myself, if I'm not doing anything physical, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but when I wasn't skating, I wasn't working out, all I was doing was working and kind of, maybe go to the beach or something, but I was neglecting my hobbies. Skateboarding is a hobby of mine, but it's also a good cardio activity. It's like a workout. And then I was neglecting the gym, which actually does make me feel better. Like I said, I'm not going in there to be like roided up. It's just go to the gym, 30, 45 minutes, get a good pump in, get the hell out of there. And then you just feel better. You just do. I've been sore as shit though. Oh my God. The only problem with the gym is the weights are so heavy. That's from a movie, Pain and Gain. Great movie. But this is something I'm kind of like, it's got me really thinking. I'm 35. And from what I've heard, whatever your traits are now, they just get worse the older you get. So I'm like, we really got to nip this in the bud here. We got to really buckle down. The same thing goes for seeing friends. I want to blame the economy and money, but the truth is just like you could be in the habit of hanging out with people you love and calling them and making sure, staying in contact at least, the same thing happens on the other side. You could get used to not seeing them. You could just get used to it. This is me now. Never see anybody. And that's just something, and so I'm making a point. Like I called my best friends and I was like, hey, I'm making it a point. I'm sorry. Not that they're doing the same thing on their end too, but it's something maybe, we got to talk about here. Like, hey, aside from money, what's going on? Aside from working every day, like, come on, dude. We don't have to spend money to hang out. That's my dog, Kaya. She's always there for me. Just kidding. She poops a lot. But it's just got me thinking, man. Even with work stuff like goals, right? I feel like another bad habit I have is like biting off more than I can chew. Like promising the world to everybody. Or like putting way too much on my plate. And then what happens is there's so much that you end up only doing like half of it. And the next thing you know, none of it gets done. Versus just slowly doing it. Like a good example is on my main channel, we hit 100,000 subscribers on there. And I was supposed to put out shirts. This is an RLP shirt, Red Leather Podcast. Your grandma's favorite podcast. Your uncle's favorite podcast. Susan Sarandon's favorite podcast. Allegedly. I didn't put out shirts forever. I should have put them out last year. Finally put them out like a week ago. Thanks to everybody who bought one. But my point is it was like I had so many other things I was trying to do versus just kind of doing one at a time and just really just doing one at a time instead of trying to do them all at once. Because obviously I didn't get anything done. I mean, I did. I got the channel up. I got this one going. I don't want to say it was all bad. It's just trying to do way too much. I'm so guilty of that. I am the best at being like, let's do it. Start. Crazy idea. Go for it. Shoot. But I try and do it so quick, or it's like so grandiose versus being like, okay, this might take us a year or two, but we're going to start small. So I'm working on that. I've gotten a little bit better at it. But that's something, maybe you're like me in that aspect, or maybe you're the opposite. I've done this too. Just get comfortable at work, making enough money. Why bother? Life's fine. Why shoot for my goals? Maybe you're a non-starter. Maybe you just don't even try. I've done that too. That's the best. Just don't even try. I've done that for years. Or like I tried and then I'd go for a year, give up. I was real good at trying. I was great at giving up. Excellent. I mean, I'm one of the best at it. But this is just something that maybe this might relate to you. It's just little bad habits that I've noticed have just added up. I had one more. What was it? Kyle, what was it? Heroin. No, I'm just kidding. I've never done drugs. I've smoked weed before. Mushrooms once. Dude, I've been like accused. You get like hate comments online. I've had so many people like, you cokehead. I'm like, dude, I've never even done coke. Got a great coke nose though. I mean, look at me. I get it. Makes sense. Last one though, this was kind of something on me, is like, I care so much about other people, right? To where I would put people so far, do so much for these people, and then I neglect myself. Or I'm like, I promised the world to others. I did the math on it. And over the last 5 years, I've given away $27,000. Friends, families, and strangers. 3 cars. That's the money is included in the cars. 3 cars, like hoopties, like $2,000, $1,500 cars. 3. And I was thinking about it, I was like, wow. I was like, why? Not like why, like people needed help, COVID happened, certain circumstances. But I was really thinking about that. I was like, now I know how to like write this kind of stuff off, or like you know, it led me to an epiphany, like maybe I'll do a nonprofit one day, or like something where it's like direct to consumer. But then that's like me biting off more than I could chew. It's like, how much can I handle? I don't know. Anyways, here's the 2025 Breaking the Habit, like the Linkin Park song. I don't know, just something I was really thinking about. Just kind of like, be cleanly, Jack. You know, one thing at a time. Just stick with it. Keep the fucking house clean. Don't forget to go to the skate park. Don't forget to call your friends. Clean the fucking house, for the love of God. It's driving you nuts. Okay? Try not to stress out too much about work. Just show up and do it. And if you suck, you suck. At least you keep showing up. You say you're going to sell shirts? Fucking just sell the shirt. Just do it. Just little things. Don't smoke cigarettes. You know, that's why I don't smoke weed anymore, or like rarely drink alcohol. It's because the moment I start doing that stuff, it's like every day's got to be a party. That's just how I am. You know? So, I don't know. I think it's all a learning lesson, but anyways, you got some bad habits out there. You're not the only one, Big Daddy. And I don't even think I've mentioned them all. I'm just, these are kind of the ones that are on my mind, you know. God, solid talk. This was a lot of fun.